Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Supreme Industries earnings call hosted by DAM Capital Advisors Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Asim Bhate from DAM Capital Advisors Limited. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Malika. On behalf of DAM Capital Advisors, I welcome all our participants on Supreme Industries Q1 results conference call. I sincerely hope you all are doing fine and well, and I also thank the management for giving us the opportunity to host them on this forum today. From the management side, we have Mr. M.P. Taparia, Managing Director, Mr. P.C. Somani, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Rajendra Saboo, Vice President, Corporate Affairs and Company Secretary. I will now hand over the floor to Mr. Taparia for his opening remarks, and post that we can open the floor for Q&A. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon. I am M.P. Taparia, Managing Director of the Supreme Industries Limited. I, along with my colleagues, Sri P.C. Somani, Chief Finance Officer, and Sri R.J. Saboo, Vice President, Corporate Affairs and Company Secretary, welcome all the participants who are participating in the discussion of the unaudited, stand-alone and consolidated financial result for the first quarter ended 30th June 2021. The stand-alone results and the consolidated results are already with you. I'll give briefly on company's product operating performance and other highlights. The company sold 71,264 tons of plastic goods and achieved net product turnover of rupees 1,310 crore during the first quarter of the current year, against sale of 91,451 tons and net product turnover of rupees 1,040 crore in the corresponding quarter of previous year, resulting in volume degrowth of around 22% and value growth of about 26%. Total consolidated income and operating profit for the first quarter of the current year amounted to rupees 1,346 crore and rupees 267 crore as compared to rupees 1,056 crore and rupees 113 crore for the corresponding quarter of the previous year, recording increase of 27% and 136% respectively. The consolidated profit before tax and profit after tax for the first quarter of the current year amounted to rupees 213 crore and rupees 170 crore as compared to rupees 55 crore and rupees 41 crore for the corresponding quarter of the previous year, recording increase of 287% and 315% respectively. The business scenario of all the product segment of the company for the quarter ended 30th June 2021 as compared to corresponding quarter of previous year has been as under. Plastic piping system business decreased by 36% in volume and grew by 9% in value term. Packaging product segment business grew by 13% in volume and 30% in value term. Industrial product segment business grew by 99% in volume and 184% in value term. Consumer product segment business grew by 40% in volume and 71% in value term. The overall turnover of value-added product increased to rupees 516 crore during the current quarter as compared to rupees 378 crore in the corresponding period of previous year, achieving growth of 37%. The company has cash surplus fund of rupees 381 crore as on 30th June 2021 as against cash surplus fund of rupees 759 crore as on 31st March 2021. Business outlook. During the first quarter of the current year, the business was severely disrupted due to second wave of COVID-19. This time, the infection was quite widespread in areas. April and May are the peak season for PVC pipe system for agricultural application. As the rural market was badly affected by the pandemic, the agricultural demand took a big hit, resulting in huge volume loss of business in piping segment. The company was thus required to carry forward the pipe inventory, which was kept ready to meet large seasonal demand of agricultural pipes. Plastic piping system thus saw a volume degrowth of 36% compared to corresponding quarter in the previous year. PVC prices have started going up now after a drop of 19 per kilo since April 2021. The demand in construction segment is now revived. Company expects that the first quarter loss in volume in piping system not only be recovered but will show a growth in full year. The upcoming unit to make plastic pipe system at Guwahati will be operational by October 2021. The company is taken in hand to put the plastic product complex in Odisha with an outlay of rupees 121 crore in the current year. The same may be operational in last quarter of 2021-2022. Total capex planned for the year has now increased to rupees 521 crore from the earlier rupees 400 crore, including carry forward commitment of previous year. Compression molded olefin fittings have gone into commercial production at Jarchala since June to cater to the growing demand in Nal Se Jal scheme. The second wave of pandemic and the resultant localized lockdown has adversely affected the demand supply chain during the first quarter, which is a peak demand period for tarpaulins. The production has also taken a hit during the first quarter due to scarcity of labor on account of large infection in rural area. The silver lining is that the exports have gone up by around 50% in the quarter compared to the first quarter of last year. With the waning of second wave, the laborers are back and the production is now running at full capacity. The good run in export is continuing. The value-added product sales in consumer product segment has gone up to rupees 23.26 crore compared to rupees 13.41 crore in the same quarter of last year. This division is working on digital campaign on several media sites such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram for brand promotion. Business scenario remains bullish in industrial component business barring the initial disruption during first quarter. The division is working with its existing customer for new business apart from developing new customer. Company is putting need-based capital expenditure to meet increased business requirement. Material handling product being intermediary to supply of essential product have done good business both in terms of value and volume. Division is now working to introduce various new product application from injection molding and roto molding process. Expansion of capacity at its plant in Lalrup in Punjab and Gadigaon in Maharashtra is nearing completion and shall be operational by July-August 2021. In composite LPG cylinder division, repeated order from existing as well as new customers are continuing. Domestic oil marketing companies, that is Indian Oil Corporation and BPCL, have also floated inquiry for purchases, which augurs well for the long-awaited introduction of composite cylinder in the Indian market. Overall, business scenario for this product looks encouraging. Protective packaging business has shown good improvement over corresponding quarter of previous year. New products for export market have been well received. Its retail division for fitness product is also picking up well. Division is focusing on customized solution and value addition to its original equipment customers. Beginning of the current year, all the polymer prices have shown softening trend. However, after reduction between 13% to 16% during the quarter, prices again started firming up and expect to remain range bound. The company is committed to increasingly meet its energy requirement from renewable sources and investing a sum of rupees 35 crore in the current year to install rooftop solar energy generation plant at its various plant locations. The same shall be operational by October-November 2021. This is a brief and overall summary for the first quarter of the year under reference. Thank you for your patience. Now I and my colleague, Sri P.C. Somani and Sri R.J. Sabu are available to reply to various queries you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Rahul Agarwal from InCred Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I had 3 quick questions. First is, this volume which are lost in the first quarter, you are saying obviously that pipe volume will recover in the year and actually it will grow. So overall for the full year, given the favorable base last year, should we assume that a 20% volume growth is fair number for the company?
I don't believe that because still anyway, we can't forecast the correct number because there is already a fear lurking of COVID third wave. But as the demand has started coming up properly, we believe last year we sold 294,000 ton plastic pipe system. This year, definitely we will improve over the numbers. Beyond that, we cannot commit today.
Okay. And sir, similarly, because of the volatility in PVC pricing, could you help us any sense on the EBITDA per ton? You know, last year it was about 30,000 rupees per ton. Will it be similar flat YOY this year?
Last year, if you recall, we had 180 crore rupee inventory gain. If you reduce inventory gain, it was around 6 rupees per kilo.
Okay, so will that be maintained YOY?
Very difficult to talk the numbers.
Okay, fine. And my last question was on CapEx. So this 520 crores of CapEx looks like the highest number in the history of the company for any given year. What kind of sales can it add? Turnover?
What type of?
How much turnover can this CapEx of 520 crores add to the top line?
Normally, in a greenfield project, we get 1.5 to 1.7 rupees per ton investment. And a brownfield around rupee 2 per rupee invested. So out of this 521, around 200 crore will be greenfield. Sorry, am I right?
Yeah, you are right. Right.
And 320 will be brownfield. If you can multiply by the number what I told you, it may be around 900 crore rupees. When they go full production, this is going to be next year.
Got it, sir. I'll come back in the queue. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bhargav Buddhadev from Kotak Asset Management Company. Please go ahead. Mr. Bhargav Buddhadev, your line is unmuted. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. My first question is on whether there was any inventory loss in the quarter, because if you look at the pipe EBITDA margin, it has held up well at about 21%.
There was some inventory loss, and as we stated in our opening remarks, we have to carry pipe inventory for the second quarter as we could not exit in the first quarter.
But sir, despite such a sharp volume decline and inventory loss, how come our EBITDA margins are still held up at about 21%? Is it that there is some reset in terms of the pipe margin?
No, there was more sale of value-added item, less sale of agri item, agri pipe. Agri pipe is a low margin business.
Right.
And there was a growth in our CPVC system. Yes.
Okay. So can we expect this trend to sort of continue? Hello?
It was a combined factor of giving a reasonable operating margin in the first quarter.
So sir, has our CPVC business
Sorry?
has our CPVC business seen growth? Is it possible to quantify what has been the growth in the CPVC business?
In the first quarter, we had a growth of 42%
42% volume growth in CPVC.
compared to the previous year.
Okay. And for the full year, we can expect a double-digit volume growth in CPVC, sir?
Yeah, we expect like that.
Okay. Secondly, sir, given that PVC prices were falling in the first quarter, how is the channel inventory? Is it fair to say channel inventory could be one of the lowest in the pipe segment as of now?
You are very right. Channel inventory, they are mostly empty, they go down.
Acha. Okay.
If
So
they
is that...
required, they could not buy also.
Sorry, sir?
If they required, they could not buy also due to lockdowns.
Okay. Okay. And how is the situation now, sir? Because now PVC prices have started rallying back. So are you seeing channel also starting to buy now?
No, channel is still not gone too bullish. There is no reason to go too bullish. There is no reason the price to go back to the same old level.
Okay.
But PVC is structurally short.
Okay.
And the freight costs are very high from Far East and Southeast Asia to India.
Okay.
So the landed cost in India increased substantially due to increased freight cost of the containers.
Okay. Understood.
And today you cannot get large material from either USA or South America or Europe.
Okay. 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 And sir, my last question is on the valve business. So in the annual report, we have mentioned that we are manufacturing various valves like butterfly, swing check, etc., etc. So how big will be the valve business for us, and are we doing any capex in this business as well?
We are investing some money more into increasing the range of valves.
And how big will be this business, sir, as of now?
It started building up, and
Okay.
we expect the business will go on growing. Besides number, not possible to say.
And this will also be qualified as a value-added product, sir?
Yeah, it is all value added.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'll come back in the queue. All the very best, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Girish Chaudhary from Spark Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thanks for taking my question. So a couple of questions. First is on the volume, just to better understand this. You mentioned that the main reason is due to agri business. So how much this agri business declined in volume terms? And generally, first quarter is the peak season. So how much is the agri mix in the total business?
So total agri pipe and borewell and column pipe, we lost a turnover about 24,000 plus turnover. Now, out of 24,000 ton, some quantity used in housing also. And housing also, there were complete lockdown in South India. So precisely cannot say how much is agri pipe business, but we can be safely say that out of 24,000 ton loss in business, 22,000 plus was lost due to poor demand in agriculture segment. Major was agriculture pipe loss.
Okay. So this quarter, basically, you're sort of mentioning that you lost 22,000 tons in the agri business.
But second quarter is not agri season. Agri season may start by last week of September, and then we may see some impact only on the third quarter. in boost in demand in agri market. July, August is rainy season.
Okay. Second is that on the packaging product, we have seen this is the only segment where we have seen a decline in margins from the first quarter FY21 levels. So margins falling from 15% to 12%. Any reasons for the same? Is it due to lower Silpaulin sales or any pricing pressure here?
There are two reasons. One, the lower production in the April-June quarter of Silpaulin, and secondly, the South market was mostly remained closed, and South is big market during this season. And thirdly, the company consumed high cost of material because this Silpaulin is company making all from imported raw material, and we had continuous commitment which we keep it for nearly 3 months our requirement. And their prices were falling, but we had to consume that high cost material. So these three factors combined have reduced our margin of cross-laminated film product.
Okay. And looking ahead, where do we see the margin settling in this segment?
Looking ahead, we remain optimistic.
Okay. As in, can it go back to the 15% levels?
Precise number we can say, but in except we will restore our margin fully. We have now restored fully our margin. In our protective packaging segment also, our fitness products are picking up very well. Our exports are picking up very well. And in protective packaging film, we are getting more and more value-added items, and we are increasing our export also. So we believe our operating margin for the full year will be quite satisfactory.
Got it. Sir, just one more question on the balance sheet. We have seen the cash balance coming down to 380 crores as of June versus 750 crores in March. So just wanted to understand what has led to this decline. Is it capex or higher working capital?
Due to build-up of inventory and also capex, but more was build-up of inventory because we could not exit in first quarter, so we had to carry the inventory in second quarter.
Okay. So we can expect this to sort of roll back as and when the
we hope so.
Sales improve. Yeah. Okay.
We hope so.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kashyap Zaveri from MK Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity, and congratulations on quite a strong show in a challenging quarter. I have just one question. In the annual. Hello.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. This is the conference operator. There is a disturbance coming from your line, sir.
Just give me 1 second.
Thank you.
Just give me 1 second, sir.
Yes, we'll wait.
Is this better now?
Yes, sir. You may go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Sir, congratulations on quite a strong show in this challenging quarter. I have just one question, which is with respect to some of the comments that we have in annual report. We have spoken about the opportunity opening up in the fire sprinkler system with respect to MS and GI pipes. If you could quantify, what's the total size of that market? I'm not asking what could be potential for us, but what is the total size of the market there, and the differential between CPVC, GI, and MS pipes, as of today.
Now, fire sprinkler total market size we cannot participate because there are several types of fire sprinkler required. Mostly the vertical pipe system we cannot participate. We can only light fire sprinkler system only we can participate, and fire sprinkler we can get full advantage only we get all the BS approval. Still BS certificate BS is still not formulated for fire sprinkler. But our company is seeing that our business is increasing for fire sprinkler month after month. We expect this year business will be better than previous year, but still we are not able to get the larger volume of business because we are all waiting for several BIS certification program where it is still under the printing process in the Government of India.
Okay. And differential between the cost, if you have it handy.
Cost is actually CPC fire system is much expensive than mild steel, but our CPC fire system is really effective. The mild steel, remaining under pressure of water, the pipe gets corroded, and at the time of fire, if it is after 7-8 years, the water will not come out of the sprinkler. So this is not a cost-effective purpose. This is more from the point of safety of the human being living in that building. So our system in Europe and USA now is widely spread. They don't use this mild steel fire sprinkler system. More and more shifting is taking place to CPVC. But India still, the system has to be fully in place from the BIS level. But the business is special, and we expect that our business will go on growing every year.
Okay. And if I can squeeze in just one more question, in material handling, what would be the contribution of e-commerce now?
Sorry, any idea? E-commerce, I have no idea.
No, you see, our products are not through the e-commerce route, but what we are doing.
Material handling, products which are going to e-commerce segment. Material handling products.
E-commerce companies or third-party logistic companies who are ultimately doing the work for the e-commerce companies.
Right.
So so market is definitely growing up, and this is the reason of this business doing well, even in the pandemic period also, because the e-commerce deliveries are happening more and the product is required. Now, exact quantum and the value is not known, but yes, this is the focus area where we are working. We are really finding the fruitfulness.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir. That's it from my side. And again, congratulations on quite a strong show in this challenging quarter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ritesh Shah from Investec. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, my first question is a clarification. Did we say that out of 48,000 tons on the plastic piping side, 24,000 tons was agri? Did I hear it right, sir?
No, we said the destruction in demand was 24,000 tons.
Okay.
Compared to previous year same quarter, the demand destruction was 24,000 tons due to lower sale of agri pipe, column pipe and borewell pipe, out of which majority has been bought to be used by farmers.
Okay.
Maybe 22,000 tons.
Okay.
2,000 tons might have been used in housing.
Right. So, sir, if one had to break up broadly agri and non-agri, how much should the decline be? Like, did the agri part of the business decline by, say, something like 70-80%? How should one understand it?
Agri business declined by 60%.
Around 60%. Okay. Sir, this means that the EBITDA per kg, what we have shown on the plastic piping side, it is really, really good. And it will be more like touching what probably CPVC EBITDA per kg would be. So, sir, just trying to understand, has the PVC CPVC mix drastically changed? You did indicate that the growth for PVC was nearly 42%. So, is this the only variable, or are there any other factors like higher sales on tanks, walls, fittings? That is also what contributed to this healthy EBITDA per kg in the plastic piping business, and this is a more sustainable number. So if you could help explain this.
CPVC 42% growth has come due to lower base last year. Yeah. Last year, if you recall, April was completely closed. And May, June was also very much closed in housing.
Okay.
Workers have migrated. So there is no construction worker available. I'm recalling you the last year, first quarter.
Correct.
Here, migration worker was not there and construction activity started. And April was not closed this year.
Correct. Sir, has the ramp up on tanks and walls or fittings been significant, which has also helped on a very healthy margins over here?
No, business is good now. We are doing all those business where the margins are healthy.
Correct. Sir, what I'm trying to understand, is this a structural shift in the product mix going forward?
Sorry, say it again.
Sir, is this a structural change in profitability in the plastic piping business? That is what we are looking at?
This structural change the company's business profile. We are intending to go on increasing the share of value-added item year after year. We are intending to increase the sale of export market year after year.
Okay.
This is not a structural change taken this year. This is going on for last 4 or 5 years.
Okay. That's helpful. And so just I had one more question. In the press release, you have indicated molded olefin fittings which have gone into commercial production. Just wanted to understand the end application on this on the agri side. Is this something which is specific and new?
Not for agri pipe. This goes in a house connection. It's polyethylene pipe. Nal Se Jal scheme is going throughout the country, and government is committed to connect the maximum number of houses by 2024.
Correct.
And for connecting the pipe to the house, you require fittings.
Correct.
Pipe. Yeah, bleach.
Sir, how is this product different from what we already have in the marketplace? Is it something new and unique to us?
It is very unique to our company, and definitely it is different than, but it cannot be used on PVC pipe, and for the housing connection they are using polythene pipe or medium density polythene pipe, and for that you require different type of fitting. It is a very different type of fitting.
Sure. Thank you so much for the answer, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sonali Salgaonkar from Jefferies India. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. So my first question is, you in the opening comments you said that you are hopeful of recovering the loss in volumes with the full year prospectively showing a growth. So what could be the key steps that we envisage to take for showing this growth in plastic pipes? For example, any new launches or increase the distribution, etc.
All things together, distribution, launching new product, that is now olefin molded fitting we have heard. We are going to launch electrofusion polythene fitting, which are required for joining the pipe for infrastructure. We are going to introduce PEX piping system, which is required for housing, for carrying hot water. We are building more capacity in our furniture, more capacity in our material handling system, more capacity in industrial component, and more sale we expect from our composite cylinder, more sale we expect from our performance packaging division, more sale we expect from our protective packaging products. Every segment we are seeing better demand prospect now. We are seeing this happening in this month only. So, barring COVID third wave, which may be how much severe could be, nobody has got idea. Suppose they become more severe than second wave, then anything whatever we are saying may go kaput. But in this situation, when vaccination is going on with 5 million doses per day and may go to 8 million to 10 million in next month per day, and the vaccination and the sero survey showing that we are developing herd immunity, we remain optimistic, we keep positive thoughts. The business conditions are going to be better.
Got it, sir. So my second question is, you mentioned about this Nal Se Jal. We understand that during COVID, there was a certain gap between the progression of this project. But any updates in terms of which states have already rolled out Nal Se Jal, and what is the kind of progress on this?
Now all the states have become active. All the states have become active to install Nal Se Jal scheme. All are racing to see that the scheme can be completed in not by 2024, definitely by 2025. All are moving very fast. All the states.
Got it, sir. Got it. Then my last question is, could you help us understand what is your rural versus urban mix in terms of your overall sales? Because we understand that you said that construction demand is looking up quite well. So is construction mainly urban or rural / semi-urban for you?
Demand is much better in tier 4, tier 3, tier 2 town also. Construction is good in rural area also. construction is good now in urban city, metro cities also. Now construction you have to undermine most of the country. So
Got it.
money is available at lower cost, and the salaries have also increased. So EMI is manageable. So I think things are looking quite positive.
So for our overall sales, what could be the rural versus urban mix?
No idea. We have got distribution networks throughout the country.
Got it, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Achal Lohade from JM Financial. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. My first question is, in terms of the market consolidation in the plastic pipe business, I just wanted to check your thoughts. Are we seeing most of that consolidation played out, or given the issues the smaller guys face in terms of getting the material or working capital or whatever, are we past that consolidation, or there is a long way forward?
We have not heard any merger taking place in plastic piping. We have not heard.
Well, I was more asking from unorganized to organized shift, sir, from that perspective, sir.
Unorganized also has a role to play, so they will also go on doing business. And we organized player also will go on growing. They also have a role to play, so they will also remain in business. We believe that.
Right, but some of them did face issues in last 4-5 quarters. So are you seeing they coming back, or they are still lying low as of now?
No, we don't keep track of unorganized sector. We know definitely the PVC price have gone up too high. All polymer price have gone too high. Some of them are struggling for working capital. But we have not had any great pain.
Understood. And secondly, sir, with respect to the balls, what would be the market size? What is the opportunity here in terms of the aggregate industry level?
Of which piping segment?
The walls. What you have? Yeah.
No, valve is a big market, but more and more is metal valve only. Precisely what is the size of plastic valve market, we have no clarity. Once we get clarity, we can share with you. But metal market worldwide may be more than $60 billion. Worldwide, all type of industrial valves market may be $60 billion. Metal.
Understood. That's very helpful, sir. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rajesh Ravi from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Good evening. Sir, I have a few questions. First few housekeeping numbers, sort of. How was the average PVC pricing for you in first quarter and versus fourth quarter, and the current pricing? And similarly, if you could share some trend on the CPVC in Q4, Q1, and Q2, that would be helpful.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Ravi. There's a disturbance coming from your line. Request you to mute your line while the management answers your question.
Your voice was also not clear. Please.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Now, for me, you are audible.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Sir, just wanted to get some sense on PVC prices in Q1 and in the preceding fourth quarter, and how is the scenario now? And also, if you could throw some light on the CPVC pricing trend over last 2-3 quarters, including Q2.
The PVC prices were a peak in the fourth quarter of last year, and in this quarter the PVC price has gone down by 19 rupees a kilo. Now, beginning second quarter, they've gone up by 2 rupees a kilo.
Okay. On an average level, how was the pricing change for you, sir, in fourth quarter versus Q1?
Overall, gone down by 19 rupees a kilo, so you can take your average maybe 11, 12 rupees per kilo.
Okay, that is what you saw in the
Average
and
for 3 months.
Average, yeah. Okay. And on the CPVC side, how has been the price volatility?
PVC prices remain quite high level. There is not much change.
Okay. And not moving up also?
No, it is going up only, nothing coming down.
Okay. So how much is the prices increased in 1Q or in Q2 as we stand?
There are many suppliers. Every supplier has got their own pricing. There are 3-4 big suppliers in the world, and they've got their own pricing.
Okay.
Every pricing is a very classified information.
Okay. No issues. And you talked about the inventory loss. Hello?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, inventory loss, possible to quantify that we have booked in first quarter?
Some inventory loss we must have incurred in the first quarter, but major inventory loss we have carried forward for the second quarter.
Okay.
Exit from the stock of pipe.
Okay, so if prices don't go up, that will lead to an inventory loss booking in Q2.
Depends.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
For the full year, we are not factoring much thing about it.
Okay. And sir,
remaining volatile always.
Okay. And sir, you talked about the volume trend across plumbing and agri segments for you YOY. However, if I have to look on a Q-on-Q basis, how would these numbers would have played out? The agri and plumbing both, growth or decline versus fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter is not a agri season. You can see only agri season compared to last year this quarter.
Okay.
April, May, June are the peak month for agri demand. As we told you, our company lost 22,000 ton business.
Correct.
Okay. Destruction in demand for agriculture pipe system. Pipe system means multi-regular pipes.
Okay. And that would have largely played out in April and May. So June and July, things would have started to normalize for you.
Partly June also. July.
Yeah.
Hardly much demand agriculture segment. It is raining throughout the country.
No. Overall in CPVC and all, has the normalcies been achieved in the month of July?
CPVC are normal in June also. CPVC has nothing to do with the rainy season.
Okay. And sir, on the capex that you have chalked out, 520 crore total. So what would be the year-end capacities across various categories, by FY22 end?
Samanji?
You see, our present capacities on March 21 were about 697,000 metric ton, comprising of 509,000 of plastic piping, which will increase to about 550,000 now. After this year,
550,000, okay.
Yeah. The industrial product, which was 71,000 at the beginning, may go up to 80,000 by end of the year.
Okay.
Packaging product, nothing much, from 86,000 to 88,000, because we are not expanding packaging capacity as such, except the silpaulin capacity by 2,000 metric ton. And consumer from 31 to 33. So major expansion capacity will come in the piping and industrial product.
Okay. And anything specific in the consumer, in the furniture segment and in the industrial segment, the sharp decline that we have seen in this quarter, if I'm looking on a Q-on-Q basis, which you see will more of a short-term nature and things will recover. I'm asking this because in furniture, you have also been, in your presentation, you have been mentioning that the industry is consolidating. The industry size is shrinking and you have been gaining market share. So how should we look at that segment? Though it is small for you, but because that's a large, high margin business for you.
Which one? Furniture business, we had a growth first quarter now.
Okay. No, I'm looking at Q-on-Q basis. The sharp decline.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Ravi, but I would request you to rejoin the queue for follow-up questions.
Sure.
He is looking at quarter 4 and quarter 1 now.
Our business is not sequential growth business, not sequential degrowth also. We can compare quarter to quarter. April, June last year to April, June this year. We always compare business to our previous quarter. We are not a bank and not an IT company. So very difficult to give us any sequential comparison.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. Should you have a follow-up question, would request you to rejoin the queue. The next question is from the line of Neha Talreja from Edelweiss Securities. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir, and thanks for the opportunity. So just 2 questions from my end. Firstly, you mentioned that your exports have gone up by 50%. What is the percentage of exports in our total revenues, and is it only in the packaging division that we understand?
It has gone up in pipe division and packaging division, and also in cylinder also. Packaging, cylinder, and pipe. All the 3 divisions, there is a growth in exports.
And can you quantify the percentage of total sales in each of these divisions also? Just to see how much are we exporting in each of the divisions.
Each of divisions, I mean, so many divisions, no, otherwise you can say overall, I think we have grown 5.5 million, how much? Our overall export, sorry?
Our overall export was $5.9 million for the quarter.
Oh, sure. I'll calculate the other things. So. And so my second question was related to the tanks business. So I think you have been doing reasonably well. Is it fair to assume that the business has reached a sizable size of, I mean, if at all, you can give a qualitative statement here that what would be the size? Is it, beyond 150 odd crores or so right now? Is it fair to assume that number?
No, we can only say that we are going on intensifying our reach in tank business.
Mm-hmm.
When the 2 new plants which are coming also will be making tank. So by end of the year, we'll be making tank at 7 plants. So our reach will make it very comfortable to our user. The freight rate will be lower, and customer can do business with a lower stocking with them. Because this tank requires huge storage area. And we will be stock for them, and we will be servicing them very efficiently from our 7 plants.
Sure. But any revenue or targets that you have for this particular division?
Very classified information.
In class. Oh, okay. Okay, got that. Thanks, sir. I'll get back in the queue.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Utkarsh Nopani from Haitong. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, sir. So the first question is, like our total sales volume grew by 16% in April and May month, and it has further gone down by 31% in the June month over previous year. So just wanted to know from you, like how is the demand scenario in the current July month over previous year? Is it much better now in the positive territory, or it is still down?
Anyway, there are 10 more days to go for July. But up till now, our sales in July in volume also are better than last year, July.
Okay.
I'll talk to you only about 20 days.
Sure, sir. So second is, like you have mentioned that all the states have become quite active on Nal Se Jal program. So just wanted to know, like, are you seeing good demand traction from Nal Se Jal program on the ground currently? And if yes, what would be the expected market opportunity to be created out of this program? And which pipe segment are expected to benefit? Is it UPVC, CPVC plumbing pipe, or SW or HDPE pipe?
It is HDPE pipe, MDPE pipe, PVC pipe, and fittings. All will be benefited, and CPVC pipe also. All benefited. Now the states have become active, and it is going to come as the period goes. We can talk more and more number properly in the month of April next year. But we are seeing that the demand is being generated now in most of the states on Nal Se Jal scheme. They are all getting active.
Okay.
Very varieties of pipe made from various materials.
And sir, lastly, like sir, you have mentioned that the PVC resin prices have started moving up and it is expected to remain firm. So do you see any risk to the agri pipe demand, say for second half of FY22, if resin prices remains high?
Agri pipe, this is not a quarter now for agri pipe. Agri pipe peak quarter is gone. Now, July, August is rainy season. Agri pipe start reviving little bit from last week of September and partly in October. So, when farmers require pipe, they require pipe. But when the farmers will getting infected. They were not leaving their villages. There was no development work took place this year.
Okay, got it, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. The next question is line of Priyank, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Mr. Priyank, your line is unmuted. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, sorry. First of all, Jai Sri Ram. Thanks for giving this opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first question is that in the balance sheet as of 31st March, we have cash and cash equivalent of 760 crore rupees. And mainly invested, for example, you can say in the liquid mutual fund. Seeing the current trend in the market, don't we feel that a certain portion of this, for say 50-60%, if we invest in the like blue chip company shares which are performing good and the good sector, the return can be maybe 30-40% per annum at least, as compared to 8-10% which may be earning from the liquid. And we have seen that many we have seen that certain companies in the market, they are investing the surplus in the good company shares. So what is your strategic initiative on this?
We don't invest in share market.
Sorry?
We don't invest in share of any company. All companies are good. We don't invest.
So you are saying that we are happy with the liquid mutual fund return. We are happy with this one.
We are definitely happy.
No, but what I'm saying that even the government is promoting to put 20% of their corps or PF in the share market. So suppose if certain percent if you invest, I think the return will be more, which will be good for all the shareholders, including you promoter also.
We are not government.
Okay. And my second question that is, we have seen the new plant of cylinder, this plastic cylinder, for the last 5-6 years ago, and so we would like to know that, for example, in this quarter, what has been the effective utilization of the capacity, and what is your target utilization, as we have mentioned in the press release, that now IOC and BPCL, they are also floating tenders. So what is your target utilization for this capacity during Q2, during FY22?
Well, the best part is that now the division has gone to EBITDA plus, no more EBITDA minus. And when the Indian consumer start using our cylinder, we are very confident they would like to switch over from metal cylinder to composite plastic cylinder. It is not only protect them from any pilferage, from any shortage in filling, it protects them from their life, because this metal cylinder burst and people die. Composite cylinder out doesn't burst. So it protects their life also. So we are very confident. Our capacity today is between 450,000 to 500,000 per annum. We hope that very shortly we should be able to sell quite substantial portion of the capacity.
And sir, what is the current utilization? Or in FY 2021, what was the utilization?
In the first quarter we sold around 8,000 number per month.
Okay.
Now second quarter we expect much better. Still long way to go.
Yeah. And sir, next question on the CPVC. As we all know that the margin in CPVC is very good. So we would like to know that what was our volume, what was turnover of CPVC in 2021, and what's our targeted turnover for 2022?
We told that in first quarter we had a growth of 42%.
No, but sir, that was because of this lower base. So better to have a full year number. So what was the full year number for 2021, and then we can see this growth?
Full year we expect that we will grow between 20 to 25%.
But sir, what was the volume? But sir, what was the volume for 2021?
Volume is classified information.
Okay. And then sir, are we taking any strategic initiative on this CPVC part? For example, Lubrizol has come in the market and they have signed some collaboration with some other company.
Mr. Priyank, so this is the conference operator. I request you to rejoin the queue for follow-up questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mohammed Mansoor from Optimum Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
So, my question is regarding Supreme Petro. So if you could give a brief overview of the product vertical-wise performance and the trending in the polystyrene and styrene monomer prices, and what are the spreads right now? And the second question would be, sir, on the CapEx. Are we confident we'll finish the CapEx of PS and EPS in quarter 4 FY22, like by end of this financial year? And sir, in the AGM you mentioned about the tie-up for mass ABS. So it's been 2-3 weeks. So are we expecting an announcement soon?
You have 3 questions out of 1 question, but I can reply all of them. That first after the CapEx, material CapEx we planned around 260 crore rupees for polystyrene and EPS capacity expansion. We are confident that all will be in place first quarter 21-22. All the verticals are doing well. The polystyrene and EPS demand were very weak in the first quarter domestically, but fortunately we had a good demand in export market. So polystyrene capacity we could run flat out and we could export it. EPS capacity had to keep closed because EPS is not easy to export. And for mass ABS, our negotiations are going on very properly, and we hope that maybe before end of August we may be able to make announcement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Chirag Shah from ValueQuest. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Sir, my question was on volume. So you mentioned that by the end of this year, you hope to achieve last year's volume at least. So this recovery will be led by more agri or piping? Where are you seeing the most traction?
Now the recovery will be every segment. The demand restriction took place. After all, we sell agri pipes throughout the year, but July, August are very lean month. But January, March are better months. So we are very confident. Not only that we will achieve the last year number of 294,000 tons, but we expect our business to grow than 294,000 tons for the year.
Got it.
And we are maximum player in housing segment, and housing segment we remain quite optimistic.
Got it, sir. And sir, second question was on inventory losses. So, you mentioned that on a full year basis, you are not expecting major inventory loss. Is that statement correct?
We remain optimistic on that part because market conditions are very volatile on polymer pricing. And we reasonably are optimistic that we may not end up with any inventory loss. We remain optimistic. We can't be reasonably 100% certain, I cannot be.
There will be some losses. Is that understanding correct? Because of higher cost inventory?
We don't say we will be having loss. We say we will try to quit. But definitely, last year we gained 200 crore rupees. This year there will be no gain. As on today, it doesn't look like. We can't sell. We are handling all commodity polymers. And price is going rising and going down many times. Polymer prices by the local makers are changed 17 to 20 times in a year.
Right. So was there any price reduction taken by you in month of May and June?
We reflect the reduction made by the local makers. And as I told earlier, in PVC price went down by 19 rupees a kilo.
Got it. Thank you, sir. All the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kashyap Zaveri from MK Investment Managers. Please go ahead. Mr. Kashyap Zaveri, line is unmuted. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
We are very much audible. Please.
Just one question, a clarification. When you said that CapEx has gone up from 400 crores to 525 crores, our annual report already mentions about that Odisha CapEx. So what is incremental CapEx in Odisha about?
For Odisha?
Yeah, you mentioned that 400 crore CapEx has gone up to 525 crores.
In the 400 crore,
121 crore rupees in Odisha. It's the first
yeah,
phase.
that additional 120 crores is because of acquiring of the adjacent plots that we were mentioning about?
Land is already there with us. Now we
Okay.
are putting investment in building and
On
machines.
that additional land.
No additional land at Odisha.
No, just let me
Okay, so
clarify.
that 400 crore capex where we had spoken about
400
Cuttack,
crore
Odisha
capex
was only land cost.
Yeah, 400 crore capex does not include Odisha and Tamil Nadu project.
Okay.
Those are, excluding those two projects, these are the 400 crore what we have committed already and we have planned.
Okay.
Now, one by one, we are now taking up those projects in hand. Now, Odisha we have crystallized and we are taking in hand now.
Okay.
And that's how the 120.
After product select is frozen.
Sure, got this, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vipul Shah from Sumangal Investment. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. My question was, what is the price differential between metal cylinders and composite cylinders? So, if you can...
Composite cylinder prices are expensive than metal cylinder.
Can you comment by how much in percentage terms?
We recently didn't check. But they are two
Okay,
different
because if they are pricier, then oil marketing companies may not go for it, no, because it will be costly for consumers.
It doesn't cost them. The consumer pay more deposit because it is more safe for them, and they are given full quantity if they buy composite cylinder.
Okay, sir. So, are we planning any major capex in this area, sir?
Which capex? Which area?
Composite cylinder.
First, we will sell out the capacity.
Okay, it is around 5 lakhs you said, no, per annum?
450,000 to 500,000 pieces, which we are staying with there for last 7 years. Then we have got enough land, we got enough potential to increase the capacity. And we have got plan to increase the capacity once the market is going in a full way. India buys huge quantity of cylinders. Ours is very small quantity.
Okay, sir. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shailesh Raja from B&K Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, sir. Sir, my question is pertaining to Supreme Petro. Sir, we are creating PS, EPS capacity of 1.2 lakh tons and also 60,000 tons of ABS. So in your view, how long it will take to fill this capacity and what is the incremental revenue you are targeting from this new capacity?
Now, revenue will relate to the price of styrene. So, very difficult to talk the revenue, but we believe that in polystyrene capacity, partly we will sell in domestic and partly we will export. And EPS capacity, we are expanding very small way, only 30,000 tons. We should be able to load the plant very quickly.
Okay. So we can fill it in 2-3 years, sir?
I think we should sell everything by 22-23.
Okay. So is it fair to assume a bit sustainable EBITDA of 20 rupees per kg for this PS, EPS and ABS product? And with 600 crores capex, what is the payback you are targeting, sir?
What is 600 crore rupees? We told 260 crore rupees only.
Including ABS?
ABS up till now, the technology tie-up is not frozen, so we have not announced the investment.
Okay, sir. Sir, now Supreme is closer to $1 billion company. Can you please host a separate investor call or some press release? That would be very helpful, sir. And also, sir, can you please share quarterly product-wise volumes in 1Q FY22 and 4Q FY21?
Supreme Petro?
Yeah, Petro, sir. Yeah.
We will share the advice to the Supreme Petro people.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah,
thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the time constraint, this was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
We thank very much to all the participants for their very intelligent question. We hope we satisfied them. We thank them for taking great interest in the working of both the companies. we thank all of them very much. Myself, my colleagues Sri Somani ji and Sri Sabu, we all thank them all very much. And we wish them very safe and a healthy journey going forward.
Thank you. On behalf of DAM Capital Advisors Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.